What is up, guys? JrzSaiyan here. Welcome to Hawk Talk with JrzSaiyan. Now, again, I want to thank the Hawk blogger, Brian Nemhauser. I believe I'm saying it right all this time, but if I'm not, I'm sorry. And I'll link it in the comment section below. But today, we're going to talk a little bit about the Panthers, of course, our matchup this weekend. Hopefully, we can win. I believe we will. And their weaknesses. So let's go ahead and go with their weak. Well, first I want to talk a little bit about where they're strong. They're strong at their interior line, which is Starlutz Lele, Kwan Short. They have a hell of a corner at Josh Norman. He's not the best corner in the game. He's a hell of a corner though. He is really good at cover two, but he's not very good at tackling. That's one thing for sure. I mean, they got Luke Kuechly, they have Thomas Davis, and they have Shaq Thompson playing awesome. They have one of the best linebacker cores that there is right next to us. So I mean, the teams are very similar in a way. They do not have the same secondary that we do, though. They don't have Cam Chancellor. They have Harper and Kurt Coleman, which they're nowhere near even close as good as Earl Thomas and Cam Chancellor. They do have more turnovers because people tend to actually the shitty teams they've played tend to actually test them. So that's not likely with us. They really don't throw it downfield towards Earl Thomas. I think Earl Thomas has the most picks of the team though, with 3 or 4. But that's their strengths. I mean, their defense strengths, they're good. I mean, they are at defense. They're really good at defense. They're just like us in a way. They have lost. Now let me talk a little bit about their weaknesses on defense. They have lost their there's two starting other starting corners. My bad. They lost Charles Tillman and Ben Wickery. I believe I said it right. And I mean they're really strong up the middle. They really are. Carolina is one of the strongest up the middle. They have some questions on the outside, though. Like I said, Charles Tillman's lost due to injury, and slot corner Ben Wickery is also lost. So they signed street free agents Cortland Finnegan and Robert McClain to step into their roles. Not only does that open up the opportunity for the Seahawks receivers to win a higher percentage of their one-on-one battles, but it also, it kind of takes away a little bit more of the Panthers. It takes away a little bit more of the, I guess you could say, our challenges to make third down conversions, and it makes it worse for their third downs. They face more challenges on third downs. So Panthers rank just 13th in the NFL in third down defense, so they give up third downs. Seahawks have become one of the best third down defenses in the league. Carolina is decent in the red zone, but is not among the league leaders. So they have a good defense, they really do, but they're not they're not there statistically wise, and they've played some really bad teams, guys. They really have, and a lot of Panthers fans seem to look away from that. I'll talk a little more about that a little bit, but there's situational defensive moments that often decide the difference between a win and a loss. Rely heavily on familiarity with the scheme and with one another. The two new corners greatly increases the chances of back-breaking miscommunications, which is what we did in the fourth quarter when we faced each other the first time. So that's what we're hoping for. And Cortland Finnegan's not going to keep up with Tyler Lockett. It's going to open up, Doug Ball is going to be in the slot. So unless Josh Norman moves to the slot, which he hasn't played a lot of slot, I mean, Doug Baldwin's going to get open. And, Josh Norman ranks dead last among cornerbacks in Pro Football Focus grades over the last 3 weeks. So Josh Norman has not been Josh Norman at all. Norman, who started strong, has allowed an opponent passer rating of 95.4 in the last 3 games. Panthers need him to be a shutdown corner for their secondary to have a chance to function. Yes. Carolina ranks dead last in the NFL in defending the run, 3rd or 4th and short. So that's good for us, but they're going to be keying in if we have Marshawn Lynch. And yes, they do have a powerful line and a great linebacker crew, but has trouble with power short yardage runs. The problem for the Panthers is they also have struggled with 3rd and long. They rank 27th in the league in preventing 3rd and long, which is 7+ yard conversions. The Seattle Seahawks rank number 1 in those situations, converting a mind-boggling 47.7% of their chances of their same 7 game stretch. So in 7 games, they have been 27th in the league preventing third and long, and we've been number 1 in the league in making third and long. Losing Tillman matters more than any Panthers fan, coach, or player wants to admit. Now, a lot of fans do not admit what's wrong with their team at the moment. They don't want to. His absence combined with the Seahawks' excellence on third downs and red zone chances gives Seahawks offense a good chance to come through in game-deciding moments. It is going to be a tough game. It really is. But Panthers fans are dismissing the flaws they have in their game. So yeah, guys, that's what I want to point out. Their weaknesses, and they've been playing. One analyst pointed this out, which I already knew, but a lot of people don't want to, for him to say it really is good for more people to listen. They've played one of the weakest, if not the weakest, schedule against the pass defense. They played the shittiest defenses, like some of the worst ranked pass defense in the league, and they claim to be the best, right? They're 15-1, but they're not really a 15-1 team. They've played some of the worst defenses in the league, and in pretty much almost some of the worst defenses in NFL history so far. So it's pretty sad, but they had, like I said, the easiest schedule, not one of the easiest schedules in the league, playing some pretty bad teams. The only good teams they played against is Seattle and Green Bay, but they played Seattle and Green Bay at the worst times of the actual season when they weren't doing so good. And they played, there's only 4 winning teams: Seattle, Green Bay that they played, and Redskins, Houston, which they're ass. They really are. I mean, they're not good. So those are the weaknesses. So they've come up through a cupcake schedule to get a 15-1, which is good. Props to them, right? But they're coming into the playoffs playing the next 3 games. If they were to win this game, their hardest games yet, and I don't know if they can do that playing such a cupcake schedule early on. And yes, they played Green Bay and Seattle early on when they were struggling, and Green Bay in the middle when they started struggling. But yeah, guys, hope you have an amazing, blessed day. And remember, go Hawks. I'm looking forward to this weekend, guys, and I'll catch you guys later. Like I said, go Hawks. Peace.